Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as see the entire screen properly, do let me know, guys. Hello everyone. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to hear me properly as well as there's no problem with my audio or the video, please do let me know. Everything is visible and audible. Am I right? No problem. That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll wait for the next 5 minutes so that everyone is able to join us. Most of the students haven't joined us as of this particular moment. I'm so sorry the bootcamp got delayed due to some inevitable reasons, but now it will happen on regularly for the 7 days itself, and there will be a lot many number of boot camps that will be coming in the future as well. I'm able to see that there are many students who are from various different colleges, various different branches, various different years as well. Some are from BCom, BTech, BSc, MSc, and even MBA who are attending this particular boot camp. So that's really amazing. Okay. uh, okay, so how are you guys? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon from Nigeria. Okay, that's great. How are you guys right now? Everything fine at home and during this COVID situation as well? Good afternoon. Is my voice audible to everyone? Am I right? There is no problem with my voice whatsoever. Please do let me know, guys. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. So we'll be starting with the basics of web development bootcamp. There are two main things that you guys need to keep in mind. There are no prerequisites for this bootcamp itself. Okay, you just need to understand English. That's the main and the most important thing. The entire delivery of the 7 days bootcamp will be in English, so English is of utmost importance to you. Secondly, we will be learning everything on hands-on practice. So whatever we will be learning, whether it be HTML, CSS, or a bit of JavaScript, we'll be trying to learn everything hands-on. So we'll be having small assignments, we'll be doing small projects in the bootcamp itself, so that you guys are also able to practice as you go along. And at the end of the bootcamp, we will be having a small project which we will be developing in the class itself, and we'll be asking you to do that as well, so that when you're leaving the bootcamp you actually have a project done under your belt. Along with that, we are going to have all the PPTs and every of the source material that we are going to use. We are going to provide it to you guys on the WhatsApp groups as well, and even the Telegram channel. So if someone hasn't joined us, they can join us on our Telegram channel. There's no issues as well. This bootcamp is just the basics of web development. We will be having a bootcamp in the future on React.js, on Node.js, and some other technologies as well. This bootcamp will focus much more on the core basics, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Every single day, you guys will have to give your attendance in the class. So how the attendance will be taken and everything will be told to you at the end of today's class itself. Okay, so we will be taking attendance on a daily basis from you guys. Those students who will be having 7 days of attendance will be given a certificate by DevTown stating that they have completed a boot camp on the basics of web development. And those students who will be completing the 7 days attendance as well as the project that we are going to do in the class, okay, we'll be asking you to submit it as well at the end, okay, after 1 or 2 weeks. So those students who will be submitting the project as well as have 7 days of attendance will be getting a certificate from Google developer groups stating that they have completed a bootcamp of 7 days in the basics of web development. So that is how everything is going to happen, how the attendance will be taking place, and everything will be shared to you at the end of today's bootcamp. So Abhijit has asked what happened to Shape AI. So we have currently rebranded ourselves as DevTown. For the past 2 months, we were currently working on the same, on how to come up with a new identity. Shape AI didn't resonated well with what we were doing, so that is what we have done as of this particular moment. And now our name is DevTown. Okay. So every week there will be two boot camps on data science, web development. There will be various different like sessions and webinars as well along the way on maybe GSOC. So we'll be bringing in people who have cracked GSOC, and they will be sitting before you, and they will be taking up a webinar. They'll be answering questions. We will be bringing people from various different industries, whether it be Sony, Oracle, Google, who will be coming to take different webinars. You will be able to interact with them and ask some questions as well, and they will be teaching some of the things, as this entire session is being conducted on YouTube. So yes, they will be of course recorded, so if you are missing the class, you can watch the videos later on, but I will still suggest to be a part of the class and sit live and watch the entire thing. Okay. The webinar about GSOC we have already planned. We have brought 3 people who have actually cracked GSOC. They are mentors at DevTown as well, who will be taking the webinar. So it will be an awesome experience for you. Okay. Actually, I don't have a laptop or PC. Can you refer any other application or ways to perform web development on Android? Sachin, so learning web development on Android, yes, it is possible, but that is not the way moving further. You will never be able to become a good web developer. You need a basic laptop at least. But yes, the entire bootcamp that is going to be conducted the next 7 days, everything that we are doing, you can do it from your own mobile phone as well. Okay, you don't have to own a laptop. You can do it directly from the mobile phone itself. So that is also something that I'm just making it clear. We'll be starting from the basics. I've already said there are no prerequisites whatsoever. Guys, just help me out a bit. There will be many students who will be joining us a bit late. So could you guys, like, if there is some repeated questions in the live chat, try to answer those questions as well, so that like I don't have to repeat myself, and we can move further with the entire boot camp as well. Will that be fine with most of the students? I will really appreciate the help that you guys are doing. The entire bootcamp is for free. There is no charges whatsoever for any of our bootcamps or any of our these certificates related to the bootcamps, whether it be the Google Developer Groups certificate or the DevTown certificate. So that is also something that we are telling you right now. Yes, if you are in your first year BTech, or if you are 50 years of age, you can of course attend the bootcamp. Okay. Yes, certificates, like I said, I will just repeat once again the criteria for certificates. Every day, I will tell you how to give the attendance at the end of today's class. But every day we'll be giving you an attendance sheet. You will have to fill it up. Those students who will be having 7 days of attendance at the end of the bootcamp will be given a certificate by Shape AI stating that they have completed a 7 days training on basics of web development in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now each of our bootcamps have projects in them that we do at the end, so that you guys also have some project to showcase in your portfolio. So what we do is, at the end we will be doing the project live in front of you on this bootcamp itself, so you guys can then go behind and practice it. So later on we'll be asking you to submit it after 1 or 2 weeks. Those students will be having 7 days of attendance, as well as the correct project submitted at the end will also be getting a certificate by Google Developer Groups, and stating that they have completed a training by basics of web development in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and this certificate will be issued directly by Google Developer Groups. So that is of something that you guys may like at the end of the day. Okay, how to fill up the attendance and everything, I will be letting you know at the end of today's class. Okay. Okay, great. You do not need to know anything about coding. You do not need to know anything about HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or anything related to code as well to attend this bootcamp. Everything that I will be teaching in this bootcamp will be from scratch. Okay, there are no prerequisites. The only thing that you need to know is you need to understand what is English. Like, you need to understand English, because the entire training will be taking place in English itself. Okay. Shape AI. Shape AI was the earlier name for DevTown. So DevTown was earlier known as Shape AI. Now we have changed the name to DevTown. Okay. Yeah, this is the first bootcamp after changing our name to DevTown, and from now onwards, every single week we'll be having various different projects, various different boot camps. We are going to release an entire section on languages such as C++, Python, Java for free on YouTube, along with the entire data structures and algorithms as well for free. Okay. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Shaurya Sinha. I have previously worked as a data analyst in companies like Reliance and Jio, and I also have some knowledge and hands-on experience with web development. Currently working in my own company, DevTown. So that is also something that we have done. So I am usually in charge of organizing these boot camps, organizing various events, getting different type of instructors together for you guys. So yeah. So let's get started with today's boot camp. So are you guys excited for the same? Please do let me know. Are you guys excited for the same? Please do let me know so that we can get started with today's boot camp. Okay, amazing guys, amazing. So let's get started. Let me just present the presentation to you guys right now. I'm able to watch the live chat as well. If you guys feel that you were not able to understand something, or there were some issues with what I said, you were not able to understand, just let me know in the live chat. I'll try to explain it in as simple language as possible. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, this bootcamp has been presented to you in collaboration with Google Developer Groups, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program, and AWS Students Club. So this is the bootcamp that is currently going on. So let's get started. Okay. So web development. Web development is basically like when you think about websites. Okay, what do you think of? You think of Google or Facebook, or now called as metaverse. You can think of Instagram, maybe sometimes even some type of times.net or India Today network or something like that. Like these type of news websites. There are various different websites that you are currently using. Even YouTube that you are currently using is a website itself. And the development of these websites is web development, as simple as possible. But websites didn't actually look like what you are able to see as of this particular moment. We have came a very long way in how we used to make websites in the past. Now this is one of the first websites, one of the first browsers that were made. So you are currently using browsers such as maybe Safari. If you are using iOS, you may be using Google Chrome, you may be using Edge. So there are various different browsers that you are using. So these are the browsers in which you go and you see the entire websites. So Netscape is one of the first original browsers that were made at like around 1990s. That is how old Netscape is. It was so huge that the founder of Netscape, he went on to be the first investors in companies like Facebook, Google, founding the biggest venture capitalist firms that are known currently to us. So yeah, so you are able to see when you are seeing these type of the first original web browser that was there, the features haven't changed a lot. There is this location bar, if you are able to see on the screen. Are you guys not able to see my screen properly? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to know, are you guys able to see my screen properly? Please do let me know. Okay, so there is an option in YouTube. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it or not. You can go into the advanced properties and increase the quality of the video to 1080p. Okay, so that will help you to see the picture much more clearly. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with it or not, but that is what you can use to see the images clearly. Just go to the settings, go to image quality and just increase it to 1080p. I think so that should make it absolutely clear, because on my iPad I'm able to see that everything is as clear as possible. Okay, so when you are looking at this particular image, you are able to see this location right over here. If you are able to see this location and then this white bar that is present. So this is very similar to the URL that we are given, the URL bar that we are given in the current browsers. That is the place where we go and write www.google.com. And that is also present. There is one button for previous page, there's one button for the next page, there's one button for the home page, there's one button to refresh that particular page, there's one button to print this particular page, there's a button to find a particular word in this page. So the features haven't changed a lot when we are considering this is something that is almost 25 or even more than that, 25 to 30 years old. This is a browser that is almost 25 to 30 years old, and the features, the core features of the web browser hasn't changed a lot. So that is something that you need to understand. Any website that you are currently seeing on your screen, whether you go to YouTube, whether you go to Google, whether you go to any website, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Netflix, each of these websites are made only using 3 components. There are just 3 components to a website to its core. I'm not talking, these are like the elements and elementals, okay, when you think about the same. So you have, like, if someone is familiar with the concepts of chemistry, so at the end there are just some elements that are present. You mix those elements, you have some chemical reaction between those elements to produce something new, but at the core the elements are something that make up most of the items that you are able to see around you. Similarly, for websites as well, there are 3 major components of a website. These are HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now, HTML or hypertext markup language, CSS or cascading style sheets, and JavaScript, just JSS JavaScript. We will be going through each and every one of them in this bootcamp. We'll try to learn the core analogies and the core components behind these like tools that we are having to build a website, and at the end we will be building these websites as well. So HTML, as you are able to see on my screen, this is how a website made in pure HTML looks like. So this is one of the first websites that were made. Okay, this is one of the first websites that were made in the entire world. And as you are able to see, it does not look good. There is no fonts, there's no beautification, there's no images, there's no color in the entire thing, there is no hierarchy in the entire structure of the words. It looks like just text written and that's it. And that is why HTML was made as well. HTML was initially made by people from various different universities, professors from various different universities coming together to share their research work. Initially, you had to go to a library, find a book, you will have a reference that, okay, this line has a reference to this particular book, and then you will have to find that second book and go and read through it. That is a very tedious task. So the researchers tried to digitize these books and these research papers, and that is where the HTML came into being. It was majorly used for text-based things and linking different pages. So when you're clicking on a particular link, it takes you to a new page. So that is what HTML was majorly used as in. You can think of HTML as the skeleton of the website, just as your body has a skeleton that gives a particular structure to the entire body. Similarly, HTML is also something that brings the structure to the website. Moving further, so this is also a website that was made. So this is the first website that was made for Microsoft, one of the biggest tech giants in the entire world. And this is how Microsoft's website looked like. You are able to see that the colors don't match. There's like a very it does not look pretty. Okay, it just looks as if a toddler has made this website for them. And I'm talking about one of the biggest tech companies in the entire world. So what's wrong with it? The problem was, at that particular point of time, there was no beautification to the entire website. It was just the skeleton that they were able to put up. And there's not a lot that you will be able to do with a skeleton itself. So then came into being CSS. CSS helped. So think about CSS as the beautification of the body, the skin, the eyes, the hair, the facial hair, the makeup, the clothes that you wear. That makes you look appealing. That makes you look beautiful. So that is where CSS came into being. CSS, or cascading style sheets, provided style to the website. HTML provided the skeletal approach, the basic foundation upon which you were able to mold something. You were able to decorate the entire website. So this is one of the websites of Yahoo. As you are able to see, there is some structure, there's some spacing, proper spacing. So there are some images, there's some colors in the entire website, and it looks good. It looks good, and that is what is important, that the website at any point of time looks appealing. Okay, so you do not have to go and read through every single word that is printed. You just have to see that, okay, yes, there are some colors, there are some images, there are some type of hierarchy, some spacing between everything. This is not something that you have to read through the image itself. Try to understand this. Okay, so you are able to understand that HTML is the skeleton, CSS is the beautification, whether it be your clothes, skin, hair, or the accessories that you wear. So that is the CSS. But that does not make the website interactive. That just makes the website appealing. How can I make my website interact with the human, interact with the person using that particular website? That is where JavaScript comes into being. Think of JavaScript as the muscle of the entire your entire website. Okay, that helps the website to actually do stuff, to run, to jump, to walk, to crawl. These are the different activities that a human being does using its muscle. Similarly, JavaScript enables the website to put up some type of timer, to put up some type of interaction. So if you are clicking on a particular button, the color changes. If you are highlighting a particular element, something happens. So these are the different type of interactions that a human being can perform with a website, and that is where JavaScript comes into being. JavaScript is a programming language that helps to provide interaction with the human being. Now, one of the most interesting things about JavaScript is, so JavaScript is actually the language that you will have to learn at any point of time. Almost 99% of the entire entire websites, okay, or every single thing, whether it be a Google, whether it be a YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, any website that you pick up, as 99% of JavaScript written in it. So the entire World Wide Web is based on one and only one language. That is the most important programming language if you are going further with web development, that is JavaScript. And it hasn't changed for the past 30 years. Since the day JavaScript was created, it hasn't changed. There is no language that has the capability as of this particular moment to replace it in its entirety. So JavaScript is one of the languages that you have to study if you need to become a web developer. But just think about it. There's no language that has been able to replace it, and it took only 10 days to create this language. Like, this is one of the most important languages that I consider, like, even more important than Python. Like, it's first JavaScript and then Python, and still this language was created just in 10 days. Many people try to, like, some of you may know about another programming language called as Java, and you may like sometimes like think that, okay, is Java and JavaScript related to each other? Is there some similarity between the two? Like what is the difference? Like what is it? Okay, are they similar? Java and JavaScript are as similar to as each other as pine and pineapple are, or even car or carpet. That's the only similarity. That is the name and the fact that both of them are programming languages. There is no relationship between Java and JavaScript. Just as there is no relationship between a pine and a pineapple, and there are no relationship between a car and a carpet, similarly, there is no relationship whatsoever between Java and JavaScript. It's just a marketing tactics that these companies use to promote JavaScript. So what happened was, JavaScript, when it was created, okay, when JavaScript was created in its early days, at that particular point of time, Java was the most famous language. Okay, everybody was learning Java. All the applications that were built were in Java itself. So when you have something that is of so much importance, that is of so much value to everyone, so everybody knows its name, and you want to introduce a product that you want people to use, so what you will do, you will just add the name to your product. So instead of calling it, so initially it was called as ECMAScript, okay, and LiveScript. It was initially called as LiveScript. So they changed the name to JavaScript just as a marketing tactics, just as a marketing tactics, that people may confuse that, okay, it may be related to Java, and they start using it. Okay, and they start using it. So there is no relationship between Java and JavaScript. It was just a marketing tactic so that more and more people are able to like get that impression that okay, this might be something important, and start using it, and it actually worked. So that is the most important thing. Okay, okay, are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till now? Please do let me know, guys. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm able to see that most of the students are able to understand up till this particular point of time. Okay, great, 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 great. So, like I have explained, HTML is the skeleton, CSS is the appearance, and JavaScript is the action, the interaction with the websites. And that is how we are going to proceed further as well. We'll start with learning HTML, then we'll go into CSS. We'll try to have various different projects, small projects made to understand how CSS and HTML work, and then we'll be moving further with JavaScript, trying to understand JavaScript, how to implement in the website, and finally we'll be trying to make a small project at the end that you can showcase on your portfolio or in your resume or something like that. So that will help you guys out a lot. I hope that nobody is burdened with information as of this particular moment. This is just an introductory class. I do not want to start HTML just from the first day. I want you guys to take in the core essence of web development. I will try to answer as many queries and questions that you guys have as of this particular moment, so that you guys try to understand this, that it's very easy. Web development is very easy. The only thing that you have to give is your time. That's it. Okay, so let's try to understand one more thing: how websites function. That is of an utmost importance, guys. So let's go to some paint or something like that. Give me a second. Let's go to paint. I will just open paint. Okay, are you guys able to see my screen as of this particular moment? Please do let me know. There's no problem with the website. Am I right? Okay, so let's see. Everything is visible. Okay, so there are let's try to understand how a website functions. Okay, that is the main important thing. So when you're visiting any website, you open a website on your laptop. Okay, you open a website on your laptop, and this is what actually opens up. Now, this that you are able to see on your screen is called as the front end of the website. This is called as the front end of the website that you are able to see. Think of it as a restaurant. Okay, think of it as a restaurant. Let's say this is the restaurant. When you go and sit at a particular restaurant, okay, so this is the front facing that looks appealing, like it has some lights, it has some kind of ambience to it. People are sitting there playing some music, and the chairs and the tables are of especially high quality, and you like to go and sit there. That is the front end of the restaurant, that just looks appealing. Similarly, the websites that you visit, whether it be Netflix, whether it be Google, what you are able to see on your screen is the front end. Okay, it is the front end of the website that you are able to see. And this front end, guys, is usually, there are various different technologies in place, but taking it up from the bottom level, I will be going into the top level when we move to the last day. It is usually made in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so that is your front end of the entire website. Okay, moving further, then there are the kitchen. Okay, so every restaurant will of course have kitchen. Okay, there will be various pans, there will be various spoons, and there will be a gas stove. Okay, so this is the gas stove. So there will be a kitchen at the back end. So that is the back end of the restaurant. Okay, that is where the entire food is cooked and it is being served to you guys, where all the vegetables are being stored, all the spices are being stored. So these are the back end. And similarly, for a website as well, every website that you visit, okay, you are able to see the front end, but somewhere behind there is a computer, huge arrays of computers called as servers. Okay, where the back end of the entire website is being deployed, and that from there information is being fed to you, whether it be the YouTube videos that you are able to see, your ID, your profile that you are able to see on Instagram or LinkedIn, the comments. All this information is coming from somewhere. Somebody is processing it. When you're clicking on a button, what should happen? Which information should get sent? All these information is being stored on arrays. Like there will be like computers over computers, computers over computers, this arrays of computers called as servers, where your backend will be deployed. This backend is usually made again in JavaScript itself using a framework called as Node.js. Node.js or Express JS. So these are the different frameworks you do not need to know as of this particular moment. In the future, we'll be having separate boot camps on this as well. I'm just trying to make you guys understand. So just like a restaurant, you are having your front end, that is where you go and sit. You are having your kitchen, that is the back end, where all the fruits, vegetables are being stored, they are being processed, they are being cooked. So that is the front end and the back end. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please do let me know. Great, amazing. So most of you guys are able to understand it thoroughly. That's great. Now there is just one more thing that is missing. When you go to a kitchen, how does the food that is being prepared from the kitchen go to the restaurant? Can someone let me know? How does the food that is being prepared in the kitchen go from the kitchen to the restaurant? Can someone let me know in the live chat? Can someone let me know? How is the food that is being prepared in the kitchen go from the kitchen to the restaurant? Waiter. That's absolutely correct. So Mansha Sadbi has told it correctly. Waiters are the people who take the food that is being prepared in the kitchen and take it to the people who are sitting in the restaurant, and this action is usually performed. So this information that is being processed, kept and processed in the backend, that has been processed. Okay, so what to do, everything has been decided, and this is the information that needs to be sent to the front end. That job is of an API, application processing API. Okay, so that is the job of, are you guys able to hear me properly? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to hear me properly? Please do let me know. I'm not live, I think so. Okay, so this entire thing, okay, this data that has been processed, okay, so it has been determined that, okay, this is the data that needs to be showcased in the front end. This is the food that needs to be provided to the like a person who is sitting in the restaurant. So that job of the waiter, that job of taking the data from the back end and giving it up to the front end to showcase on your website, is being done by API. Okay, application programming interface. Okay, these are some of the terms that you need to know. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, as naive as possible, so that you guys are easily able to understand how a website functions. I'm not going into a depth because that is not the purpose of this bootcamp. We will be focusing only on the front end part, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in this bootcamp. In the future bootcamp, we'll be having bootcamps on backend, we'll be having bootcamps on advanced front end frameworks. But right now, just to keep it short, just to make you guys get a glimpse of how a website functions, how, just a little bit of the glimpse, that is what I'm trying to do as of this particular moment. Okay, are you guys able to understand up till now? Please do let me know, guys. Amazing. So I think so this is one of the like most smartest people that I've seen as of this particular moment. Everybody is able to understand everything. That's amazing, guys. Amazing. Okay, application programming interface, that is the full form of API, guys. Node.js is just a framework, guys. That's just a framework. That is also written in JavaScript itself. At the end, JavaScript is something that you will be using both in the front end as well as making APIs, and in the back end as well. So that is something that you need to understand. So we will be learning JavaScript in this bootcamp. We will be learning HTML. We will be learning CSS. We will be making practical projects that you guys can put in your resume. That is my promise. Okay. So database, many people are asking about the database. Think about the storage unit in the kitchen. So there is some storage unit where all the spices, all the food, all the fruits and vegetables will be stored at any point of time. So that storage unit, think of it as the database where your data is getting stored. So Shaurya Sinha, who is like 22 years of old age, and is taking and is a part of DevTown right now, is taking a boot camp on basics of web development. So this is some information that YouTube must be storing somewhere, and that somewhere is a part of the server itself. That is a part of the server, and that is called as the database. There are various kinds of database, not getting into that, but yes, that is what a database is. That is where the information, that is where the data is stored. Okay, okay, Great. So this is the basics that I want you to understand. There is a lot more. So this is just the basics. I will be reiterating over this once you have understand a bit of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. At the end, I will be coming back to this. I will be telling you much more advanced technologies that are there that you may need to learn to like understand how these things work. We will be coming back to the exact same thing, just a bit advanced at the end of the bootcamp, so that you guys are able to understand it properly. Okay. Okay, amazing. That is where I would like to like rest this particular class itself. I don't want to overburden you. From tomorrow we'll be going to start the HTML section. So we will be completing HTML by tomorrow. It's very simple. You will be having some small assignments as well that we'll be doing in the class. I will suggest you guys to code along with me. Okay, when we are doing the code, try to code along with me. It's extremely small. You can do it on your mobile phones, you can do it on your laptops. Just open up a new window and start doing it, and it will be very simple. You can do the entire bootcamp on your phone, guys, so do not worry about the same. Okay. JavaScript is exceptionally easy. You are learning with me. That is my responsibility. You will be able to understand JavaScript in a breeze. Just attend the sessions on time properly and you will be able to do that. Okay. Next, one more thing. So all these boot camps and all these webinars that we are going to have is having no cost at all. You guys can, the only thing that we require from you guys is your attendance, so that you guys are coming to the boot camp, and you guys also spread the news among your friends that these type of boot camps are going on. That also helps us to come to various different, like reach out to as many students as possible. And we would love to hear from you guys. We want you guys to be a part of our community as well. We are having our campus ambassador programs. Now, when you are thinking about campus ambassador programs, you may think that this is again a small gimmick that they will make us do some work or something like that. But one thing that we do in our campus ambassador programs is we provide incentives, cash incentives. So any student who is joining the campus ambassador program, they get a stipend. Okay, they get goodies, they get different programs from us. They get to be a part of a club in their own college, form a club, organize different events, meet different instructors, and of course, like you get a letter of recommendation, you get certificates for various webinars that is just for the campus ambassadors. So if you guys really want to be a part of our community, you guys can definitely join the campus ambassador program as well. It will be of great help to us. Also, do support this channel. Just you can press the like button as well as subscribe, so that we are continuously able to provide you guys with certificates from Microsoft or from Google, because these communities usually see that whether the community is growing or not, and on the basis of that they provide you guys the certificates. It does not take any money, and you also keep getting updated about the future boot camps that is always going to take place on this channel. So do that. That will definitely be more helpful to you and less burden on us. So that is also something. As far as the attendance goes, so attendance, I would like to reiterate over it. 7 days attendance for your certificates via DevTown, and 7 days attendance plus the final project that we are going to do. If you're submitting that, you will get certificates via Google developer groups. Now, how to give the attendance? Every single day, in between the entire video, at any point of time, I'll be showing a link to a Google form. You can use your Google Lens. You can use or directly type the form as well. The form will always work. There is never a time that the form is not working. The form is case sensitive, so keep in mind that you are putting up a small o or a capital O, and every day the form will be open only for 12 hours. The form will be open for only for 12 hours. You will have 12 hours every day to watch the entire session and fill up the form. And that is how we are going to take up your attendance every single day for all our webinars, all our programs, all our boot camps as well. Okay, so let me show you today's link. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to show you the link for today's bootcamp. So this is the link. Let me just increase the size. The link is on your screen. You can take a screenshot for the same. You can use Google Lens. You can directly type it. It's case sensitive. Please do not share the link in the comment section. Anybody found sharing the link will directly be debarred. They will not be provided any bootcamp certificates for our current bootcamp or even our future bootcamps. So please keep that in mind. Okay, do not share the chat, the link anywhere, because see what will happen is you guys are attending the bootcamp every single day. You will be coming to the class, you will be watching the entire thing, and then somebody who is not even attending, who is not even doing anything, will be able to get the same certificate as you without doing anything, and your certificate, the value of your certificate will depreciate due to that. Do you want that to happen, that your certificate does not has any value because you shared the link? I don't think so. That is something that you would want. Keep the value of the certificate, guys. Okay, do not share the link with anyone. Okay, the link is on the screen. As you are able to see, it's currently working. We have got 10 responses as of this particular moment. So yes, the link is working. Anybody who is not like who, and this is a YouTube video, you can scroll back and watch the link again. Okay, to become a campus ambassador, I think so the link was shared in the live chat. I will ask my team to share the link with you guys on tomorrow as well. Okay, this is a YouTube video. You can scroll back, pause it, increase the quality of the video, and see the link, take the screenshot. Okay, so the campus ambassador link has also been shared on the live chat, as you are able to see. So those students who are interested to join our community and help us grow and grow yourself as well moving further, do join the campus ambassador initiative. It will be great seeing you guys right over there as well. Thank you so much for being a part of today's bootcamp. I hope that we'll be able to see you tomorrow as well, and we'll be moving further with the same. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.